Hey everyone, and here. What's this? I'm back after a week. What's going on here? Well, to tell you the truth, I thought of a great idea for a new video, and it was art related. So, in the past, I'd seen videos of people doing art challenges by using dollar store art supplies, and for a long time it did interest me, and I would pick up random supplies here and there and just sort of try them out on my own to see, if there was anything good for a buck. What can I get a value out of all these supplies? What can I push to its limits? And my personal opinion is, I feel like you can use almost anything as long as you know its limits and you test it out. There's like a purpose it can serve, and you could do something with it. Because I mean, I love my Prismacolor pencils. They're so good, but I mean, no, I don't want to buy Prismacolors all the time. What if I just want to buy these weird dollar store pencils? I mean, why not, right? So that brings us to today. Now, what did I pick up? Oh, I got this lovely Yu-Gi-Oh! Playmat from the Yu-Gi-Oh! Legendary Collection 2, the GX years. But anyway, there, I got a pencil. I figure, pencil's pretty universal. That's just a regular pencil. Here are the lovely colored pencils. Pretty great. I also got these, just some regular pens. Very standard, right? And these, which said brush marker. I thought that was pretty weird. So, I got all these things. So, let's try them out. So here we go. Here I am starting. Today I'm going to be drawing one of my original characters. Fairly new character I designed for a comic I'm working on. Her name is Miriam. And she's pretty cool, She uses like spirit powers and stuff. And, when I release the comic, I will be sure to make a video about it. And if you're interested, and we'll go from there. But here I am, just doing the sketching. Pretty basic stuff, Have a lot of fun here. When I do sketch, I don't put all of the details in sometimes because I love to do ink work. So when I get to the ink work, that's when I do most of the drawing. You know what I will say though? Drawing this was the first pencil drawing I'd done in a while because I've mainly been doing digital, so it's always a weird shift. If you guys have done digital drawing and then went back to doing pencil and paper, it's a very weird feeling, and I really miss the zoom in feature. That's really nice. It's really nice, and the line tool to reshape things and stuff, but with pen and paper you're just stuck with what you got. So here we are. I'm outlining with the pens. They were pretty decent, I think they were 0.5 millimeter. So they were pretty thin. They were pens. There's not much really to say. They worked. They were a little, I don't know how to sort of describe it, but they didn't really flow that well. So I sort of had to make my lines a little slower. But that's not too big of a deal. I think for detailing work and stuff, it was fine. But when I was doing these larger areas to do with black, it didn't work too well. But they did their job, and I don't think they really bled later on either. So that was nice. But yeah, here I am going with the outlining, favorite part. Love inking. That's like my favorite part. Sometimes I feel like I have to hold back because I want to color the thing, and if I do too much ink work, then the coloring won't have a chance to really stand out unless I do some other stuff. And it's sort of, to me, it feels like I need a balance. So, but here's me doing the outlining with the pens. They were working fine. They were satisfactory. Now we're gonna get to the main part, the coloring. So I first start off with the brush markers because I was sort of curious to see how they would look, and they were very bright. The pink was very bright, and I thought, oh, it'd be kind of cool to use it in the center. The rest of the pens were actually like really dark, so I didn't want to go straight off the bat and use them because I felt like the dark would have blended in with the inking I had done and sort of hide that work I did. So, I figured, I'll try using the colored pencils. So I did a marker colored pencil combo on the hair, and the one thing I will say about the colored pencils is they didn't really blend together, and they sort of looked a little flat. Now, I'm not saying like, oh god, if I had my Prismacolors, it would have been different. It would have been different, but I feel like you probably could have done a better job with even like Crayola colored pencils. These colored pencils didn't really, the pigment didn't really come out unless you were going really hard with them. But, I tried my best, and when you're an artist, sometimes you just gotta work with what you got. So here I am just trying to do different colors to sort of change it up a bit and make it look a little more complex and try to build up colors, but it didn't work too great. But it did its job. You gotta work with it. Here I am doing this. Oh, and what I forgot to mention was I didn't realize my camera was full on storage, so I lost a couple seconds when I was doing the coloring. So that's why there was a bit of a shift from when I was coloring it to after. What I pretty much did was I used the blue marker to make the shading on the jacket a little darker, and I did it again on her pants. So overall, what did I think about this challenge? Well, I think with colored pencils, you're probably better off spending more than $1 on them, at the very least. I don't think they need to be Prismacolors, although if you do have Prismacolors and you have the option to use Prismacolors, I would say go for it. Anyway, I feel like Prismacolors are really good for blending and everything. They're just like really top tier, but from what I remember of using like Crayolas or other ones, I think you'll be fine as long as you just don't use the dollar store ones. They were kind of hard to use, to be honest. When I did use them and I did blend them, they sort of looked flat, and I sort of wonder if maybe how much pigment is actually in the colored pencil as opposed to the filler, and maybe that's why. But if I was really in a pinch and I had no art supplies in the world, I would be like, oh, okay, I will use these colored pencils. I will figure out what I can do with them. And the markers, they were neat. They were neat. I think I'm gonna keep trying to use them. I think with all of the supplies I got, I would want to use them a little more because this sort of felt like I was getting my feet wet, but I feel like I can do more. If I can figure out what I can do and push with these colored pencils or the markers, then I think I can make actually a pretty decent piece. The one I made was pretty okay, but I think with the knowledge I got from doing that one, I can probably make a better drawing next time. So maybe I might revisit this. We'll see. It was fun. It was fun. Tell me what you guys think in the bottom below. This was sort of new for me to make an art-related video of actually me drawing. If you liked it, let me know. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe. I'll try to make more content like this. It was pretty easy to make, to be honest. Like, I can do this way more easier than talking about movies. As much as I love movies and stuff, I think I'm still gonna do that. I love video games, I love movies, figurine things and stuff like that. So a lot of that's gonna come up ahead. A lot of that I'm gonna, be uploading and stuff, but the drawing videos, I might do a little more. Those might be a little more frequent. Well, that about does it for this video, guys. I'll be back with something interesting. I hope, at the very least, even if you're not interested in what I'm talking about, the video will at least be entertaining. So, with that, I hope everyone has a good day. See ya!